guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if this is your first time you tuning in, I hope you hit the subscription button so that you don't miss out on my future uploads. Guys, today I do a video on how I got to do my internship abroad, because I've heard a lot of people asking me how do they apply, and I thought I should just put this information out in the public so that whoever is interested, they can just apply, you know. But before I could start, I just want to say I'm sorry, guys. I'm apologizing. I'm sorry I haven't posted anything for the past month. I've been overwhelmed. A lot has been happening. My title even changed. I'm no longer Miss. I am a doctor now, but that's a topic for another day. And I had to move from the US to South Africa. I had to do a lot of traveling, and now I'm no longer in South Africa. I'm in Rome. So there was a lot of things that was happening, you know, but I'm gonna make it up to you guys. I'm gonna make sure that I post a lot of content this month. This is January. Yes, I'm gonna try to catch up, you know, and then make it up for the time that has passed without me uploading anything. Yeah, so I wrote something down. So if you see me looking down, just know that I am looking at the notes that I wrote for myself so that I don't forget anything that is important that I think you guys should know. So I'm gonna try to adjust my camera. Okay, I think this is fine. So let's get started. Where do you start? You know, let's say you're a graduate and you want to do your internship abroad. Where should you go? Like, how to start? So I'm gonna give you two routes to do it. You will choose whichever one that you want to do. So I actually did my internship abroad through an agency that is in South Africa. So the name of the agency is called Future Farmers. Future Farmers, yeah. So I applied in 2019, and then they called me for an interview, but because COVID hit, then there were some delays. We couldn't do international traveling, and I had to wait for about, I think for about 2 or 3 years, you know. And then 2 years down the line or 3 years down the line, they called me and I got to do my, they called me and then I had an interview with them again. This is the second interview, right? Yeah, so I got to do the second interview and then I passed it, and then they told me what to prepare, you know, so that I can get to be placed so that I can get to be placed overseas, right? So that's the first method. You apply at Future Farmers. You can just search Future Farmers on Google, or search Future Farmers application. If you can't find the application, then just search their contacts and then write them an email and indicate to them that you are interested to do your internship abroad, and they will guide you on the process that you need to follow. The second method that you can actually do is to apply directly to an international agency that gets to place you, and then in this case it's the Ohio program. So I applied at Future Farmers, and then Future Farmers links me with the Ohio program, and then the Ohio program gets to place me. So you can either apply at Future Farmers or apply directly to the Ohio program, you understand? And then so there are advantages and disadvantages of both ways, I think. For me, I will talk about the advantage of the route that I followed, was that so they helped me with literally everything, you know. They helped me with the visa applications, for example, because after you have passed your interview, now you need to prepare to move to another country, you know, or continent. And you're gonna need your visa. So if you don't know how to go about it and you don't know how to apply for your visa and things like that, because it was actually, well, it wasn't my first time going to another country, but it was my first time going to another continent, and I really didn't know how to go about it, you know. So they were guiding me throughout from the beginning till the end. You know, they helped me with the visa applications, what I needed to do, and what else did they help me with? And then they pay literally for everything. So for the flights from, okay, let me just say flight ticket, return, to go to another country, to come back to South Africa, they pay for it. What else? They pay for your visa, visa fees. They pay for, what else do they pay for? So it's visa and then traveling and your insurance, because you're gonna need an insurance if you want to do your internship abroad. So they also pay for all of that, understand? So okay, so they also pay for all of that. And then so yeah, that was the benefit, because I didn't have money by that time, you know, and how was I gonna do it, because I didn't have money? But you should also be aware that as soon as you get your internship and you start getting paid, you have to pay it back. But you don't have to stress, you're gonna be able to pay back because you're gonna get enough money to do so, you know. Yeah, so if you follow the other route, which is to apply directly to the international agency, it's very tough, that I can tell you, because there's a lot of people. Remember, now the competition is more tight because you are competing with people from everywhere, like you're competing with people globally, in a global scale, you understand? So it's not just like South Africans if you're in South Africa, or Zimbabweans if you're in Zimbabwe, or no, it's not like that. Now the scale is bigger, so it's very, very competitive, and they receive thousands of emails, you know, so it's not gonna be easy. And yeah, so I would advise you to do it in a smaller scale if you can, you know. Yeah. And then if you also follow, like if you do succeed and then they like you, or they're impressed by your CV, then you need to have money, because this time you have to pay for everything. There's no agency that's going to help you. You need to do your applications, your visa applications. You need to pay for your insurance. You need to pay for your flight. You need to pay literally for everything. So you need to have money if you're considering to do it directly to the Ohio program. And the other thing that I want you guys to notice is that if you do it through South African agency, this time is the Future Farmers, you might not be placed in the US, you might be placed in Australia or Germany or any other country, you know. So it's not just you have to do it in the US, no. And if you're wondering what is it that you need to study, or maybe you don't know like what you need to study, because yeah, you don't know what I studied probably, and you probably thinking maybe if you know what I studied agriculture, sustainable agriculture. If you know what I studied, it's not only limited to graduates who did sustainable agriculture. If you did horticulture, if you did environmental science, if you did grass, if you did animals, you know, you can still be catered for. Yeah. So so yeah, as long as you're doing agriculture, guys, you are safe. You can apply for it and then you'll get placed. So the things that I can say that you need are more like requirements for you to get placed. It's things like a qualification that shows that you have a background in agriculture, and then yeah, so qualification that shows that you have background in agriculture, and then you also need experience. I would say a minimum of 2-year experience. That will really be good. Like that will make you to be competitive globally. I think in this case, guys, in this case, yeah, you'll be competitive. And if you're not really sure what experience am I talking about, experience in farming, basically. If you want to work with poultry, then experience in poultry. If you want to work with crops, then experience in crop farming. If you want to work with animals, then experience in animal management, you know, livestock management. yeah. And then so what I know, what normally happens is if you apply through an agency like Future Farmers, they might actually, if you don't have an experience at all, they might actually place you at a farm so that you gain experience, and then as soon as they see that you have enough experience, then they will get to send you abroad, you understand, which is really nice. So yeah, but if you do have experience, you don't have to be placed at a farm first for you to be sent abroad. You don't need to. So yeah, so those are the two things that I think you need. You need to have a qualification, and then you need to have experience. Let me see, what am I leaving behind? Okay, let's say that you just applied and they call you for your interview and you're very excited and you don't want to mess it up. Guys, I went to my interview years back, so I'm trying to remember what kind of things they asked me, you know, that I think you must actually prepare when you go for your interview. It's not difficult, it's like a conversation. It was really nice. It was more like a conversation, them trying to get to know me better, you know, me explaining myself, what I do, what I know, you know, to make it easier for them to know where exactly to place me. So basically they will ask you who you are, you know, just to make you relax. Where do you come from, you know, and then you'll tell them that you are who, where you come from, how you grew up. Maybe that's actually what led to you falling in love with agriculture, you know. And then the other thing that I will ask you is, okay, when you explain who you are, then you tell them what you studied, you know, and probably why you're interested in this internship program. And then they will also ask you, why do you want to do it abroad, you know. Then you will get to explain to them, why do you want to do it abroad? You want to learn about other people's culture, you want to travel the world while learning, you know, things like that. And then the other thing that they asked me was like in which department in agriculture am I interested in, or what do I love, like, or have passion for in agriculture. Was it livestock, is it crops? Because they're trying to get to know where they should place you. You remember that? So if you want to work with animals, don't say you have passion for crops or things like that. Do you understand? You're going to confuse us. You're going to confuse that. You understand? So yeah, do it like that. And then what else did they ask me? And then they're gonna ask you to prepare a short clip, and then on that clip you are supposed to tell them why you love agriculture, the experience, all the things that I just told you guys, like all the questions that I remember from my interview. Literally, you just answer them on that short video, and then you send it to them, right? So this is to make sure that you understand you know how to speak English, because in the US, probably if they place in the US, you have to speak in English, you have to communicate in English. So they want to make sure that you know how to speak, you know. So yeah, and then what else? Okay, and then let's say they love you and they are impressed, and then they say you gotta go, or you got it, boy, and then you get to be placed. You get to be placed internationally. Now you have to prepare to relocate, right? So these are the things that I had to do. I had to make sure that I apply for police clearance, which took some time, you know. Yeah, I had to do police clearance, and then I had to do my visa. And what's nice is if you do it through the agency, they're gonna guide you throughout, so you don't have to stress about anything, you know. and then you get to travel and do your internship abroad. So if guys you have any other questions that you feel like I didn't address in this video, you can just ask me on the comment section. And if you haven't hit that subscription button, this is the time. Just hit it for your goal. Thank you so much guys. I really hope that you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.